And I ain't touch you. I haven't touched you. Get your hands on me. This is what you do. You putting your hands on me.
I happened to be on WorldStar when I came across a particular video from a brother who was stuck in the DR. And I went to TikTok to find out who he was, and I have a name. His name is Mason Melleasy. Shout out to the brother. He says he is from North Carolina. But he's a brother that caught the travel bug and ended up in the Dominican Republic. Now, no doubt DR is a really cool place for those brothers who have been out there. I've never been out there before, but this is what I've heard. I heard there's a lot of opportunities, especially with very beautiful women. I've heard so many good things about Dominican culture and Dominican women, but I have been hearing about some changes that are, well, problematic.
But a Chapiadora is pretty much what we would call in the state a prostitute. But these type of prostitutes are dirty. These ain't the ones that'll take the money and just leave. Like some of these Chapiadoras, for all the guys that don't know what Chapiadoras are, Chapiadoras will set you up really smoothly. You will be thinking that you're paying 2,000 pesos, which is $40. That's what you want to pay. You're gonna get robbed.
And then it gets worse.
And you will be thinking that you're paying 2,000 pesos. And you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna be like, nah, $2,000. And guess what? Guess what? Shorty got a police friend, chief, security guard that she got on standby. She gonna call him, look, hey, he don't want to pay. You gonna have to pay. When they get there, you gonna either have to pay or go to jail. Which one you want?
So in these situations, he's talking about the fact that you could be trying to buy, you know what? And then when you're about to make the purchase, there's a scam going on in which, you know, the price changes from the 2,000 pesos to the $2,000. I want to give a big shout out to Running the Traveler. He talked about this same scam, but in a different way, where you will have, you know, women online who are like, you know, pretending to be adults, and they are adults. And then once you meet up with them in the hotel room, you know, chick could be 25, and then the police is coming in, knocking on the door, saying the lady is 16. And then they're asking you for money, or they're going to put you up on those kind of, you know what, charges. But then the brother talks about an experience in which he got with this chick and she was abusive, right? And I never really heard too many black men talk about it like this, but he basically, well.
Now, with me knowing that she was pregnant, I would never put my hands on her. Never would, never will, just didn't do it. All right. So she decided every time that she got mad and angry, she decided that she wanted to put her hands on me. Now, what I noticed about her whenever she was putting her hands on me is like she always like put her face out like, yeah, hit me. Like she would want me to hit me. I'm like, nah, something wrong with her. She crazy. I'm not gonna put my hands on you. Now, what Shorty did when she would like throw me all the time, like limps and that, Shorty would actually hit herself. Like, I don't know if you ever seen the movie Thin Line Between Love and Hate. I watched this movie with Martin. Whenever the girl was hitting herself, Shorty would do that, take pictures of the shit, and then come and show me this shit. I'm like, why you showing me that? Like, you did it to yourself. You the one that's throwing all the time. She like, I never thought anything about it. Left it alone.
Now, keep in mind, you know, he was going through it with the chick and all of that. And, you know, she was jealous of him and everything like that. But ultimately, this is what happened.
She's throwing herself. And I'm just watching her throw herself and whatnot. And I'm like, man, let me get out of here. And I just left. But I left some of my hair, which I was trying to grab. That was the whole point of me even going over there, just to grab the rest of my things. So I leave. And then she's like, I didn't even think anything about it. She's like, I fell out and I'm just going to the hospital just to go check on the baby or whatnot. And I'm like, huh? You fell out, but you didn't, like, you just throwed yourself around, the house and whatnot. But come to find out, that is when she was building up her order of protection shit against me. So she went to the hospital and told them that I punched her in the stomach like numerous amounts of time, which I never did. I record everything.
So the issue here is, like I said, he was trying to do business with somebody. His baby mama found out about it. She confronted the lady. You know, like I said, she would abuse herself and then try to say that he did it. I mean, just crazy stuff. He ended up going to jail, stuck in the DR. Life got ruined by dealing with this lady. But one of the things he did during one of the situations when she was crashing out is, well, he actually caught her on tape.
On me, and I ain't touch you. I haven't touched you. Put your hands on me. This is what you do. You putting your hands on me. I've never touched you. I never disrespected you out of your name, and you just choked me, like you just hit me, like why? You got my hand, like let me go. Please let me go. I got my book bag on. Try to do it. Look, you see what I mean? You see what I mean? You got your hands on me. I don't take my chances with the immigration. Then be in, you get my hand. You don't put your hands on me. You talking about some don't make no noise? It's your mama calling you. Go answer your mama phone. Let me go. Bro, you don't look. You putting your hands on me. I ain't gonna never put my hands on you. I'm about to put my hands on you. Period. I ain't even raised like that. My mama ain't never raised me to put my hands on no woman, so I'm not gonna put my hands on all that bullshit talking about. I just want to go. Just let me go. Let me leave. Because this ain't it. This ain't what I asked for. I asked to be happy. You obviously got whatever it is that you're doing, and I don't need to be in. Let my hair go.
Now, I couldn't show you the whole thing because she started really crashing out, grabbing the man by his hair. He's asking her, could she let go? She refuses to let go. I mean, and this is something that happens a lot. Maybe not being beat by women, but, I've seen some horror stories with brothers in the Philippines. I've seen horror stories here in the DR. And like I said, it's just your word against hers. And imagine that some of these men are leaving the United States in all of this opportunity to get into a situation like this. And guys might think that this is funny, but if you go to some of the Passport Bro Facebook groups, man, I don't really go on them anymore. But when I used to visit them, I would see all kind of stuff, man. I would see, dudes that talk negatively about American women and end up getting with a chick that had like 2 kids. And then, a dude come in the group and say that that's his girlfriend too. He's been clapping, dude starts fighting and all of this. It just goes to show you that there are a lot of problems everywhere. And a lot of men, especially men from America, looking at women overseas as the answer. You got to also understand like where these are certain women from these ecosystems, how they're being developed. All right. In third world countries, there are benefits, but they are also problems. Okay. These women also understand that they got leverage over you. They can also call the cops. They can also say that you did X, Y, and Z and ruin your life. It literally happens every single day. And to think that you're going to go out here and find a wife, find a good woman. And again, a lot of dudes, go out there looking for what a woman looks like. And, you're not looking at the progression of her life. Is she educated? I mean, 9 times out of 10, you deal with a chick overseas, you're paying for almost everything, right? I mean, you're paying for sometimes the rent, the income is not stable, hair, nails, you don't know if the lady handles her liquor. You don't know what she got going on. A lot of men just don't know what kind of danger they're in. Who these women are talking to, who these women know. And, you're thinking that everything is cool, but it's not. You don't know if the woman's been abused. And unfortunately for this brother, it could have went way worse. I mean, he was in there locked up in the DR jail. The woman said that he was abusing her. Come to find out that was not true, and she had a baby. Now he ain't with her no more. And unfortunately, this same lady is supposed to have some kind of massage therapy going. And, other American dudes come out there and do that. Like I said, just because a chick is extremely beautiful does not mean that you should get involved with her, not overseas, not in America. OK, being equally yoked as to what you want to do. Does she have a job? Does she work every day? What kind of person does she want to be? All of that. Because if you're just going around and just clapping, it's not going to end well, not long term. You know what I mean? You start having kids with people. One of the things I'm going to say, when you're out there getting your clap on, and of course, some of y'all not using what you're supposed to be using, you out there leaving, what in there, and they get pregnant and they have a kid and, they start getting possessive, and that's going to happen, right? Because you're an American, you're living in another place, especially if women like you. You're dealing with somebody that's deranged and crazy. It's not going to end well. This stuff happens all the time, brother. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Oshay Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all the do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.